What is going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to another video. NASCAR has finally announced, at least in May part, of the 2020 revised schedule for the rest of the 2020 season. Now, let's just jump in and talk about the races that we're going to see for at least May of this year. So, on Sunday, May 17th, Darlington will be the first race for the Cup Series. It'll be a 400-mile Cup race. It'll be live at 3:30 Eastern, live on Fox. Then on Tuesday, May 19th, Darlington will have a 200-mile Xfinity Series race at 8 o'clock Eastern. Then the next day, Wednesday, May 20th, will be the Darlington 500-kilometer race for the Cup Series at 7:30. Then on Sunday, May 24th, will be the Coca-Cola 600, where it originally was supposed to be. Then, on the next day, on Monday, May 25th, Charlotte will run the Xfinity 300-mile race at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Then Tuesday, May 26th, will be the Charlotte Trucks race, a 200-mile race at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then finally, for the end of May, on Wednesday, May 27th, we will have a Charlotte Cup race for a 500-kilometer race at 8 o'clock Eastern. Here's some other things to note. There will only be one qualifying session in all these races, and that will be for the Coca-Cola 600. All the other races will be one-day shows. So what you bring to the racetrack, other than the Coke 600, what you bring to the racetrack is what you got. You do a few adjustments, if I'm not mistaken, but you will not be allowed to out of your cars, and it will also be mandating certain other things. Here is what Steve O'Donnell had to say about NASCAR's return. NASCAR and its teams are eager and excited to return to racing and have great respect for the responsibility that comes with the return to competition. NASCAR will return in an environment that will ensure the safety of our competitors, officials, and all those in the local community. We all thank local, state, and federal officials and medical experts, as well as everyone in the industry, for the unprecedented support in our return to racing, and we look forward to joining our passionate fans and watch the cars return to the track. NASCAR officials have also collaborated with public health officials, medical experts, and local, state, and federal officials to create a comprehensive plan to ensure the health and safety of competitors and surrounding communities at above context. All races will be strictly tailored in every way to follow specific guidelines. And they will have to basically wear masks and all, basically like health guidelines that a lot of places have. You got like the social distancing rules and the guidelines. I believe I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there will be no practice sessions, qualifying sessions, of course. There will be mandated use of protective equipment, health screenings for all individuals heading in and out of the racetrack and throughout the events. That's basically what it is. And as of right now, those are the only races that we're going to have. Now, things can change, and we don't know what the rest of the schedule is going to look like for the rest of 2020. But I think NASCAR is making a really good decision on not jumping the gun to announce the full schedule of 2020. Would I rather see the full schedule? Absolutely, but I'm glad they're just announcing at least some races. And I do expect over time, we're going to get more of the schedule. I think by the end of the May, we're probably going to find out what the races are going to be for June. And I think the reason we're jumping into just Darlington and Charlotte to begin with is because, one, for the Cup Series at least, they basically have a bunch of intermediate cars. Right before NASCAR stopped racing and all sports stopped going in general, NASCAR had a bunch of intermediate cars like the mile and a half, the 550 horsepower package cars. They had those ready to go and race onto the racetrack for like Atlanta, Homestead, and Texas, since those were technically originally supposed to be the next 3 races. But now we got Charlotte and Darlington. And another reason is logistics. You look at Darlington and Charlotte. Charlotte is where NASCAR basically is located at main NASCAR, as most of the teams are located. And Darlington is only about 2 hours away. And like I said, it's a one-day show. So they're going to show up to the racetrack. All these teams are going to show up to the racetrack. And then they're basically going to go home. It basically is going to reduce the risk that you could have because you don't have to stay in hotels. And you can go basically straight back and get your cars ready for the next race. And it's going to be really interesting to see who has the best cars. I think you could see some possibilities of attrition taking place. You might see a lot of cars end up blowing up because you never know what's going to happen. You never know. I think a team that could benefit from this is Hendrick Motorsports because they are always coming to these weekends really, really strong. but we have to watch which organizations are going to be the strongest throughout the season and which ones are going to be not. But I do like that we're finally at least getting some sort of the schedule. It's been tweeted out time and time again, kind of what the schedule is going to look like. This is kind of what it was going to look like according to certain people, but things have completely changed. We don't know what the rest of the season is going to look like. We just, as of right now, know, as of this moment, what the rest of May is going to look like. So Darlington and Charlotte are going to be the two tracks that do host races. And at least we know some of the Truck Xfinity Series, because here's the thing. Anytime we do race in the Cup Series at this particular moment, teams are getting paid, sponsorships are coming in, and teams are going to be allowed to race. Because you look at the TV contracts, it doesn't matter what track you go to, because basically because if you race, you're going to get paid. And because they're running multiple Darlington and Charlotte races, that means certain races are going to end up getting canceled. There's even a possibility that Dover might not even happen now this year. They're talking about that right now, because remember, Darlington's kind of in that East Coast area, and we really don't know about that. We don't know anything about Homestead, what's going to happen with that track for the rest of the year. And I'm really be honest with you, I do not think Sonoma is going to happen this year because of California's stay-at-home orders and how they're being really strict about that or those orders for those areas. So we're going to have to watch what happens there. I hope we do get to race at Sonoma, but I don't see it that it's going to happen this year. Same thing goes for Michigan. I think Michigan will have their stuff kind of calm down eventually, but we don't know what's going to happen in Michigan. Also, look at Iowa, for instance. Iowa's another state. They just started doing all these stay-at-home orders like a week or two ago. They were one of the last states to, jump the gun on that. And I don't know if they're going to have a race in Iowa for the Xfinity Series, in the Truck Series, which is a really great shame. But one of the reasons I think they chose Darlington, they've been one of the first states that have been a lot more relaxed, especially they've been starting to relax a lot of their stay-at-home orders. People are allowed to go back, and then NASCAR has gotten the approval from, looks like for South Carolina and North Carolina, to go ahead and race. Now, this all could end up falling apart, especially if health gets worse. What if someone, ends up getting sick? Do they send that crew member home, or do they end up sending the whole team home? And what could that do to the points? That's something you have to watch. I don't envy the position NASCAR is in. I just want to say that. They had a very tough decision to make. But I think this is a great decision. I'm just glad we're finally going to get some racing back in NASCAR. I am so excited because it's been 2 months since we've had racing. And now we're just going to be nonstop. And by the way, I hope you all have enjoyed your time off from watching NASCAR, because you're not going to wait anytime soon. I'm also wondering what they're going to do with the ARCA series, because they haven't announced that at the moment. But we'll find out about ARCA really, really soon. I'm just so happy right now that NASCAR is basically back. I just can't wait for Grayson to come back. I mean, I'm excited. I've been waiting for this for 2 months. I've been waiting for an announcement. I've been wondering, when's the announcement going to come? When are we going to find out when we are going to be racing again? And we already now we know when we are going to return to racing, Sunday, May 17th. Oh, it's only about 3 weeks away. I cannot wait. I'm so excited right now. And I think most of you fans should also be excited for NASCAR to be returning to racing as well. So, anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Turn notifications so you can be notified when a video does go live on my channel. We are getting very, very close to 150 subscribers, and if you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Anyway, how do you guys think the racing is going to go, and what do you think about the schedule? Do you like it or do you not like it? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.